at our original brew pub in Katoomba, doing something that has never been done by mountain culture before. I'm here with my good mate, Kaju. He's from Stella Maris in Port Stevens, and he's the man with the oyster farm.
And it's so excited. I didn't sleep for the last 3 nights to get a big boy's dream come true. We're gonna do a oyster stout with mountain culture, the one and only.
This all came about by us coming up to Nelson's Bay. We went out on the farm. It was a really intense day of trying the best oysters of my life. There's a really scientific process behind farming oysters that, to be honest, I wasn't aware of until we went on the tour and we saw the farm and we got to taste oysters in different stages, in different areas that had different salinity, and it was really reminiscent to what we do when we're actually producing our beers and the water profiles that go into our beer. We've picked rock oysters to where, you know, from what we were chatting about, this is probably the first one that's ever been done with rock oysters as the main crustacean going in. We're pairing it this time with a stout, which is the classic way to go, but just to pare back that roastiness when we can incorporate the salinity of the oysters, as well as all the calcium that we're gonna pick up from the shells.
Yeah, the carbonate calcium. It's really cool because the Sydney Rock Oysters is a native oyster, only from New South Wales. You can't find anywhere in the wood.
Should we go and throw them in?
Oh, let's go.
Oyster Stout is a style that I know hasn't been very popular over here in Australia yet, but it's actually a really classic style. So the beer is not meant to be full of oysters or be like a slushy of chopped up raw oysters, nothing like that. The oysters are added in there for actually to combat a lot of what we're fighting when we're brewing stouts. They're big, acidic beers with all of the dark roasted malt that goes into stouts. So adding oysters and oyster shells to them is actually a really traditional way to bring down that acidity, to add calcium to it, to add some minerality, and then most of all, oysters are full of zinc, which one is really great for you, but it's also really great for beer and beer fermentation. It has a little bit of an oyster kick to it, so if you are a fan of rock oysters, comes through slightly on the back of the palate. So cheers, and hopefully we'll see you next weekend.